Hey everyone, this is the TheDurianMonster. Just wanted to make a video about a interesting experience that I had today. I was with my buddy out just doing some work on. I live on a ranch, so I was doing some work on the ranch, and something came to me. There was this thought that it just popped into my head, and I expressed the thought, and I'll show you what that was all about. But first, I wanted to give you a little bit of a uh, interesting perspective on food. And obviously, this is a channel about diet and nutrition. So, this is my perspective on salt and how salt is not all that bad for you necessarily, but it's a huge enabler. And the reason I found this out was that I had been eating salt for many, many years, like most people do. And I had come to realize that most of the food that I had been eating that I thought tasted good actually didn't have any taste at all in most cases, and I only thought it tasted good because it had salt in it. So that's why I say when it's an enabler, that's what I mean. Salt enables you to eat things that don't actually taste good and make you think that they taste good. So that's very deceiving for most people because they'll eat something like chicken or eggs, and they'll say, "Well, that's my favorite food, chicken and eggs." Well, yeah, it does taste good when you add salt to it, but is that food really a health food if it doesn't actually taste good in its natural form? If you had to go to such an extent to modify it to taste good, is it truly a health food? I mean, in my opinion, I think foods that we're designed to eat should taste good, smell good, digest well, give us energy, and make us healthy, right? So that's my perspective on salt, and I just wanted to say that right up front because the little model that I've come up with uh, is based on having no salt on your food, right? So, well, it incorporates salt, but yeah. So you can consider all food items where salt is added as basically a poor excuse for food because it's not something you would naturally do, hence why you add salt or hot sauce or whatever else. So, with that out of the way, the whole raw food versus cooked food thing, again, I don't think cooked food is the best, but if that's all you got, then you got to eat. So, that's how that goes. So, without further ado, here is the actual model that I discovered. Well, it just kind of came to me. And so I wrote it down, and it's in a Punnett square. Oops, the camera was kind of facing away. So if you don't know what a Punnett square is, basically you have four boxes. I don't want to get that in the way. You have four boxes, and you have four different factors, or you can have the same factor on both sides. It doesn't matter. So basically, when you cross any one, so if I was to go up and down, this would include both of these two. If I was to go to this box, number 2, that would be this one plus this one. And if I was to go to number 3, it would be this one plus this one. So you just draw it like that. And number 4 would be this one plus this one. So if that makes sense to you, then I will continue with the diagram. Essentially, what came to me was that I realized that pretty much what everyone wants when they eat is they want something that tastes good. There it is. And something that is satisfying or has calories. Now, when it comes to whole foods, those are going to be the most satisfying because there's a balance of all the macronutrients. Obviously, you can eat something that has calories, like white sugar, but that's not satisfying because it's not a balanced food and it's not a natural food. So, with that in mind, that's the first asterisk. It applies only to natural foods with no added salt or sugar. So, with that in mind, you can see that this model clearly shows you what health foods are. They're foods that taste good and have calories without needing any modification. You can literally pick them from a tree and just eat them, and they taste good and they have calories. All right, so that's what health food is defined as: a fruit or vegetable in their raw form, or possibly herbs. Okay, so that's what has calories and tastes good. So the question is, since most people don't eat this, what are they eating? Okay, to get, remember, because everyone wants, as it says, what people want is taste and satiation, right? So what they're doing is they're eating, here you are, starches and animal foods. Now, a starch is just a complex sugar that has no taste at all. And an animal food is a part of an animal which also has no taste to humans, or very little taste, so I put little to no taste. Unless you, add stimulants, irritants, or condiments, okay? So this has calories, but no taste. And this has no calories, but tastes good. So when you add this to this, you get something that provides calories and tastes good. But it's not a naturally occurring food that actually tastes good to humans. So in essence, you get the third pointer here. The two viable models for achieving taste and satiation is by eating mostly food from box 1 or boxes 2 and 3 in combination. So you can either eat most of your calories from here, or what most people do is they eat a combination of things from here and here. So when you typically see people eat potatoes and meat and cheese and all that, those are all different combinations of this and this, because that's the only other way you can get taste and calories at the same time. You can eat just starches, but there's no taste, right? You can eat just chicken, but there's no taste. You can get taste without calories, but then again, what would be the point of eating a bunch of really tasty stuff and feeling hungry? So, and then of course the last box is not a typical food item because there's not really nothing that has no calories and no taste, so that's kind of irrelevant. So that's the main concept of the model. Last point is the healthier model is obvious. It's obvious to me, but maybe if you haven't realized, the healthier model is fruits and veggies, obviously, because they have calories and they taste good, and you don't have to cook them and you don't have to change them. I mean, you can change them, but you don't have to. So that's what I would call the simplified health model, because there's so many people out there talking about different things and different ways of doing it and different ways of eating and different ways of doing this and doing that. And this is what I feel is really, really, really simplified the entire equation down to what do we need? We need calories and we need taste. And this is how you can get it. You can get it by eating box 1 or 2 and 3. So there you have it. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe, hit me up, message me. I'm going to be at the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2013, so I hope to see you there. And peace out.